This is Fantasy Baseball Today from CBSSports.com.
Okay, it's time for another exclusive presentation of Fantasy Baseball Today. For CBS Local Sports, I am Adam Azer, and that's Scott White and Al Melchior. They tell you who to start and sit. Hitters for Scott, pitchers for Al. Week 11's coming up, Al, and Ryan Vogelsong should be started.
He most definitely should be, and it's not really based on the nice run that he's had for most of the season. The control, it's just sort of okay. The strikeouts are up. Not sure I can trust those, but I can trust that Vogelsong will pitch very well with 2 starts at AT&T Park.
Okay, Washington and Colorado at home. Scott, you're starting Adam Lind.
Yeah, Adam Lind's overall numbers this season look really good, and it's not just a short-term thing. It's a split-related thing. You look at what he did last year against right-handed pitchers: 309 batting average, 20 home runs, 924 OPS, and only 369 at bats. If he could do that all the time, he'd be an all-star, must-start caliber player. He has an all-the-time kind of week coming up because the Blue Jays face nothing but right-handed pitchers, and especially good matchups against the Twins and Orioles rotations. So definitely a good time to start Lind.
Al, let's take a walk on the wild side, if you will. Francisco Liriano. He walks a lot of guys. Baseball humor.
And he's wild.
I didn't even... Perfect.
Yeah.
One was even better than I thought. He's got the Cubs at home and the Marlins on the road, and Al's still starting them despite the lack of control.
I still am. I think the start against the Cubs certainly helps Liriano's cause here. The Marlins not necessarily an easy start, but Liriano I think still has some appeal even just in his own right. The walks are going to hurt you, no doubt, but he can strike out a lot of batters, gets a lot of whiffs, and he gets a lot of ground balls too. So you can work around all those walks and still have some value.
Scott starting Josh Willingham. Twins outfielder's been hot.
Yeah, and the Twins matchups aren't especially good this week, but Josh Willingham throughout his career has been a player very streaky. When he gets hot, he'll carry your team for weeks at a time. So I wouldn't want to sell him short right now when he's been awesome coming off the DL. So, yeah, definitely consider him a start right now.
Justin Verlander in a 2-start week. Pretty crazy that we're actually saying sit Justin Verlander.
It's a first. It's a first for me anyway. And I thought about it a week ago with a 1-start week. I thought, okay, well, maybe with a better performance, we can trust him in 2. But, of course, he got shellacked at Toronto in his last start. But, you know, it's not just that. The whole season, Verlander, we've been making excuses for 10 weeks now. It's time to just kind of put aside the fact that he's got the name recognition and the fantastic track record in the Cy Young Awards and just say, this is a guy who just isn't getting it done in any respect of the game. He has to finally sit.
He's at the White Sox and home against Minnesota. How about a hitter to sit, Scott? We're looking at Oscar TAVERAS, who I know fantasy owners who stashed him. They're excited about having him. Doesn't mean you have to start him.
He is highly started right now, and he homered in his first game, so that was great to see. But the Cardinals are one of just 2 teams this week playing only 5 games. Most teams play 7, so they're already going to lose some opportunities there. And then 3 of those games are against the Nationals rotation: Zimmerman, Strasburg, and Doug Fister specifically. So TAVERAS not doing much since the home run, bad week. Might want to wait a little longer to get him active.
How about Josh Beckett this week, Al? What are you doing with Beckett? He's got the Reds on the road and the Diamondbacks at home.
Yeah, and I am sitting Beckett, and this might look like sort of a counterintuitive move here because Beckett, on the surface, things look really great. He's getting a lot of strikeouts, helping it with the ERA. He's got 2 matchups that, again, on the surface level look good with the Reds and the Diamondbacks. But the Reds are playing at home, and they're a good power team still at Great American Ballpark, as you might expect. So that could be a landmine for Beckett, and just overall, I think he's due for some serious regression.
And there's a hitter out there that I know fantasy owners are owning, and they're picking him up in more and more leagues. He's Josh Harrison of the Pirates. He's third base eligible, outfield eligible. Why are we sitting him?
Because Gregory Polanco could be up any day now, and I expect him to be up most of next week. He obviously doesn't qualify at third base like Harrison does, so that's probably the appeal to Harrison right now, a third base eligible player who's gone overlooked for the most part. But if Polanco is in, and assuming the Pirates get Starling Marte back in their lineup sooner than later, there's really not much room for Harrison. Maybe at third base against lefties, but that's not enough, I think, to roll the dice on him this week.
If you need any more help, we have plenty of ways to help you set your lineup. You can read the columns at fantasynews.cbssports.com. You can check out our podcast on iTunes or on Stitcher. Watch our video show live noon Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. Thanks a lot for watching. I'm Adam Azer for Al Melchior and Scott White with an exclusive presentation of Fantasy Baseball Today for CBS Local Sports. Good luck in Week 11.